Hey guys, welcome back. This is Shannon from Skip to My Life. In today's episode, I am going to update you on my tiny backyard garden and make some fun, whimsical changes for fall. Let's get started. If you're looking for ways to live an upscale lifestyle on a downsized budget, I am here for you at Skip to My Life. Our first project is going to be some really adorable outdoor pumpkins. You can put these in your garden or anywhere outdoors. We're going to be using Quikrete concrete mix, and I just put equal parts concrete mix and water together and mixed it until it made an oatmeal-like consistency. Now this project is a lot easier with a helper, so I had my husband helping me. For the next step, you'll want an old pair of pantyhose or tights, and you'll want to put a very secure knot at the end of the tights. I use some black tights. Fill it with concrete, and then put another very secure knot at the top. Next, we're just going to take some rubber bands and we're going to put those around at a diagonal, 2 to 3 rubber bands. And let me caution you with this step not to make the rubber bands too tight so that they dig into that cement. I'll show you why in just a minute, but just keep them loose enough so that they make a little line. This Quikrete concrete mix dries extremely fast, but I did leave it overnight, and when I came back in the morning, this is what I found. I was so curious to unbundle these little cement pumpkins because when I mixed them up, the cement mix was full of a lot of rocks, and it was just hard for me to believe that these were actually going to turn out smooth and cute like I had envisioned them. Now here's why you don't want to put those rubber bands around too tightly. You see that this one is really smooth, but the next two are going to show just a little bit of that black tights that got stuck in the crack, and I could not get it out because I put those rubber bands too tight. The other fun part about this is I am dipping them in a tub of water just to get all that cement dust off, and look at how fast this Quikrete dries. It's really pretty amazing. If you guys have ever worked with cement, let me know. I had so much fun creating these projects, and I originally thought I would make a really big pumpkin, but the smallest of these pumpkins actually weighed 7 pounds. So be careful what size you decide on because it's going to be a lot heavier than you probably think it will be. You'll be left with a really porous cement creation, and it's important that you lay down a base coat of white chalk paint to fill up all those little pores. I am going to be showing you later in this video how I create my own homemade chalk paint for pennies. You know, this pumpkin would be so cute just left with cement too. You really don't have to paint it. If you guys decide to try that look, please let me know. I would love to know how it turned out for you. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and tap the like, thumbs up button, but better yet, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would love to get to know you better. You may be wondering why I'm filling in those grooves with kind of an odd color, black and green combination. And you'll see soon that we're going to go ahead and paint over this with orange. And this effect just deepens those cracks to give it a little bit of a shadow for the finished product. Of course, you can paint these pumpkins any color you like. I am attaching down below my fall playlist, and I have great ideas for some pink pumpkins, some gray pumpkins, some copper colored pumpkins. But let me know what color you love to paint or decorate your pumpkins. Now we're going to finish these up by adding some green burlap leaves, and I did this by taking some burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree and just cutting it in the shape of leaves. If you watched my last video on how to create a fall fireplace, you'll remember this step. We did this with those pumpkins that we put in the fireplace. So then I'm just finishing this off with a little stick at the top, and how cute did this turn out? If you've been watching Skip to My Life for a while, you know that my husband and I are recent empty nesters. And one reason I enjoyed this pumpkin project so much is because it reminds me that we did it together. So I encourage you to find someone special, whether it's a child, a grandchild, a husband or wife, or a friend, and make this little fall project together. Last spring, I showed you how we recreated our backyard with mostly products from Dollar Tree, including seeds. And here is the fall look that I created. We also planted some zucchini and some cucumbers from Dollar Tree seeds, and I stuck in some silks also from Dollar Tree just to give it a little bit of a fall flair. Our next project is a fall sign using this cute little Easter sign that I purchased at Dollar Tree. You can find these arrows at most craft stores. Dollar Tree carries them all different seasons. First, I removed that paper signage, and this side of the sign is actually going to be the back. So I just sanded off what I couldn't remove. Some of you have asked me to explain how I make my own chalk paint for just pennies, and I'm going to show that for you right now. I first start with just some regular old acrylic paint, and then I add a product called diatomaceous earth. I'm showing you the bag of it here. This is probably a lifetime supply. It is actually a garden pesticide that is completely non-toxic and safe for animals and children. So I just add the diatomaceous earth until that paint reaches about a waffle batter type consistency, and that works so well for me. Another little trick is to save the caps from your water bottles. This way you can elevate whatever it is you're painting and it won't stick to your paper. Next, I'm using these stencils that I purchased quite a while ago. I think they were on clearance at Hobby Lobby, but you can find these same kinds of stickers at Dollar Tree, a lot of different stores. And I decided what words I wanted to use, and then I always just mock these up on the edge of the plastic before I adhere them. It makes it so much easier to get them exactly how I want them on the sign. The question of the day is, how old were you when you had your first s'more? Believe it or not, I was a sophomore in college. Well, while I was making these fun fall projects, I decided to burn a cinnamon bun candle from Dollar Tree. And if you're looking for some really delightful candle scents on an extreme budget, check out my fall playlist because I have a whole video on saving money on fall scents. As you can see here, I'm just spray painting the sign with flat white paint. Once I removed the stencil letters, I did go ahead and sand and distress the sign, and I also added a little bit of brown paint. Okay, I really don't want you to be intimidated by this next step because I am not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, but I went ahead and just free-handed 3 different pictures. The first is a pumpkin, the second is a cup of hot cider, and the third is a really simple s'more. So if I can do this, you sure can too. And guess what? If you mess up, no harm. You can just go over it and try again. Let me tell you that this was the most fun part of the project, and I sure hope that you guys try it. I just enjoyed creating my idea of these 3 little pictures. You could certainly stop here, but for some reason I could not leave enough alone on this project. I went ahead and went over those letters with a black Sharpie marker just to make them a little bit crisper. Then I took a white chalk pencil that I purchased at Dollar Tree, and I outlined each one of those arrows. If you're having fun watching this video, I sure hope you'll click the thumbs up button, and please subscribe. I would love to come back and bring you even more great ideas. I sure hope you'll tag me at Shannon Skip to My Life. If you're on Instagram, I would love to see how your fall creations turn out. Coming along on my tiny backyard fall tour. I love reading your comments below on what your favorite item was that I made and anything you plan to try. Until next time, this is Shannon from Skip to My Life. Make it a great day.